Hey guys, what's up? Tyler here with T-Game and Tech, and in today's video, we're going to be reviewing the TruGlide Pro Stylus by LinkTech. And a big thanks to LinkTech for sending this out free for review. And this is actually the successor to the regular TruGlide Stylus, which I've also reviewed on this channel. And the TruGlide Pro comes with a bunch of different upgrades. Number one, it's more ergonomic. It feels more like a writing pen. It's not a complete cylinder like the previous version. And it has an anodized aluminum finish, which is really nice. And it has a smaller microfiber tip, which helps with a little bit more accuracy. And so if we take a look at the packaging, it says it's universal stylus for all kinds of different touchscreens, revolutionary with its microfiber tip. And if we open it up and look on the inside, you can actually change the tips and get different tips. The paintbrush tip isn't available right now, but it will be coming soon. And that's a tip you can switch out with the regular ones. And it also talks about the other TruGlide styluses available, such as the regular TruGlide, the one with a headphone jack, and then the TruGlide Pro. And so if we just take a look at the TruGlide Pro and we unscrew the top, you can see how easy it is just to switch the tips in and out. You just simply unscrew it, switch it out with the one that you want, and it goes in there nice and tight. It doesn't really move around or anything. And we're just going to compare the TruGlide Pro to the previous version, the regular TruGlide. As you can see, this is made out of plastic. It has a black and gold finish, and it looks nice. It's nice and sleek, and I like the stylus, and I thought it was pretty good. The stylus had a kind of noisy microfiber tip. That was one of my criticisms of it in the last review. I think the tip made a little bit too much noise whenever you're writing with it, but we'll address that in a little bit. But overall, it's a little bit cheaper made, obviously, because it doesn't have a metal finish, and it doesn't feel as good as the TruGlide Pro does because it's really not that ergonomic. It's not in the shape of a pen. It's just a regular cylinder. But the TruGlide Pro feels much better in the hand. It has that little kind of rubber area where you can hold on and gives you a little bit better grip, and it just feels a little bit better than the regular TruGlide. And so this is just a closer up look at the two tips. The TruGlide Pro is on the left and the TruGlide, the previous version, is on the right. And you can see that the TruGlide Pro is a little bit smaller, not that much smaller. And now I'm just showing you guys the different sound differences. So let's just take a minute and actually listen. And so for that, I did boost the audio levels, obviously, and you can tell that the old stylus was a little bit more crinkly sounding and just sounded like it was grinding together, and the new stylus doesn't really sound like it that much. It just clicks a little bit. And so now you're seeing me do a writing test with the normal generic rubber tip stylus, and you can see that it's writing very accurately, but it's shaking the iPad and the table around completely. And now I know that whenever you use an iPad, you're not just writing with it on a shaky little table, but this is just to show you how the rubber tips actually grab the screen of the iPad, and you're putting a lot of pressure and tension on the screen, and you kind of have to force the stylus around. And now this is with the TruGlide Pro. Now, as you can see, that not every single letter gets completely written, but I'm hardly even pressing down on the iPad at all. This is simply gliding over the screen. I'm hardly putting any pressure at all, and I completely spelled TruGlide wrong, but it doesn't really move the iPad around as much. There's a couple spelling or miswriting errors, but that's because I really wasn't pressing as hard as I could. But it just glides a lot more on the screens. That's probably why they call it TruGlide, and it just flows a lot better. And you can see with this test right here, I'm pulling each stylus down with the same amount of force, and you can see that the rubber one just tends to drag because the rubber surfaces grab onto screens much more than the microfiber tip ones do. And so now I'm just going to show you guys some simple browsing using Google Chrome on the iPad using the TruGlide Pro. And some people might say, how accurate actually is it? They say it's the smallest microfiber tip on the market. How accurate is it? Well, I think it's pretty accurate. You can't really see what I'm trying to press because of my huge hand, but I tried to press Lamar Wilson and I pressed Lamar Wilson. And so it's accurate enough. It's more accurate than a big stubby thumb or a finger whenever you can't really even see what you're pressing, especially on the iPad because it doesn't zoom in and show links like it does on Android sometimes. But I didn't have any problems here navigating. Whatever I wanted to press on is actually what I wanted to press on, and it works very well. And there are probably more accurate styluses out there that aren't microfiber, but I would say this probably is the most accurate microfiber tip I've used. It's definitely more accurate than the previous TruGlide version. And so after watching this whole video, your question is, should I buy this? Is it worth it? And I'd say if you like a good stylus, if you like a well-built stylus and you're kind of picky about how your stylus works, I would say this is worth it. If you're just a casual user who really doesn't use a stylus that much, and that's kind of what I am, I probably would pass it up and get something cheaper because I really don't use a stylus all that often, honestly. But I do think this is a good stylus. It comes in around $30 on Linktech's website, which I think is maybe a little bit steep for a stylus, but I do understand that it has aluminum coating and it has a microfiber tip, which probably does add to the cost. But, you know, are you a frequent stylus user? Are you using a stylus all the time? It's really your call as to whether or not you want to get it. But as far as, is it a good stylus or not? Definitely. I think it's definitely a good stylus. Well built, accurate, and it just glides over the screen and there's not a lot of pulling. And so that's going to wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a thumbs up if you did. Also comment down below with your thoughts and opinions from what you've seen about the TruGlide stylus. You can also head over to Linktech's website to check it out. Once again, a big thanks for them for sending it out for review. And that's going to wrap up this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.